Hi and hello dear friends, welcome back once again to our channel Vagai Academy of Mathematics, and this playlist is where you can find video lessons for CAT, MAT and other management exams. This session we have a problem from the concept of time, speed and distance. Let's see what problem is with this. Our question here is P, Q and R are three towns on a straight river flowing uniformly. That is, there are three towns there, namely P, Q and R. And all the three towns are located on a straight river, that is also given here, and the river is flowing uniformly. So it seems this question is something based on boats and streams. Yes, okay. We'll continue the question. Q is equidistant from P and R. That is, the town Q is equidistant. That is, the distance between Q to P and Q to R, it is going to be equal. They both are same. That's what they are coming to convey here. So let's first of all just try to locate the three towns P, Q and R in this river. Okay, yes. Let's have this straight line to be the straight river. And as it is given in the question, we'll try to locate P, Q, R as per the conditions given in the question. Okay. So P should be here first of all. Then Q should be in the exact midway. Correct? Okay. Q should be here. And then we must have R here, okay. That is, as it is given in the question, Q, the town Q is equidistant from both P as well as R. That is, this distance and this distance are going to be same. This is what we have to understand from this first part of this question. Now let's continue. A person can row P to Q and back in 9 hours. That is, we'll understand it carefully. A person can row from P to Q and back in 9 hours. So that means a person can travel from P to Q and back. What do you mean by that back? It means from Q to P. Okay. So that is from Q to P. That is P to Q he is going and Q to P he is going to return. For this total time is what is taking? Is taking 9 hours, right? Okay. So P to Q plus Q to P together, this total time is taking, how much it is given? It is given to be 9 hours. So let me note it here separately, 9 hours. Fine. Okay. Next is, whereas P to R in 7 hours. That is P to R. I mean from this city to this city, he can row in how much time? It is taking just 7 hours. Okay. So P to R, this is taking how much? This is taking 7 hours. This is what is given. So we've got two informations here. One is the person can row P to Q plus Q to P. This two-way distance is going to be just P to Q and then Q to P. This two-way distance is going to be totally 9 hours. But P to R, this is going to be one-way distance only. This is taking a time of 7 hours. This is what is given so far. Now we'll continue. Now if this is going to be the case, then find the ratio of the speeds of the boat in still water to that of the stream. That is, we are asked to find the ratio of the speeds of boat and stream. This is what is our question. So finally we are asked to find what is B is to S. If at all, B is the speed of the boat in still water and S is going to be the speed of the stream. What is this B is to S? This is what we are supposed to find, and this is going to be our question. Okay, yes. So we may think the problem looks little complicated, but without any complications, major complications, we'll try to solve this problem in terms of simple approach. Yes, okay, without going for any complicated equations or whatever, we'll try to just solve this problem using a simple approach. So for that we should be very strong in the basics. That's what is really important. We should be very clear with the boats and streams basic. Okay. So we should be knowing what is upstream, what is downstream. All these things we should be knowing in prior, so that will help us to solve the problem very easily. Anyways, we'll just see it here how we are going to handle it. Yeah, coming back, we have the person can row from P to Q and then Q to P. Okay. This P to Q, Q to P. This is taking a total of 9 hours. This is what is given. And P to R is taking, he is taking 7 hours. So in that case, we can just try doing one thing. P to R is here. Is it or not? P is the starting point and R is here. So this entire travel, this is what is taking 7 hours. It is clearly mentioned in the question. And one more thing we know from the question itself. What about this Q? this Q is situated exactly in the middle of this P and R. Is it or not? It is clearly mentioned in the question itself, right? Q is equidistant from these two towns. So that means Q is the midpoint. That means I can tell these two distances are same. So in that case, the time taken to travel from P to Q and Q to R will also be same. Is it or not? We can't deny it. Why? Because P, Q, Q, R, it is going to be of the same direction. P to Q, Q to R, it's going to be the same direction. So the person or one who is going to write from P to R must have taken equal time between P to Q and Q to R. That we can surely say. So now in this case, what we can do here is, since we know the total time from P to R is going to be how much? It is going to be 7 hours. Now here we can clearly say P to Q, which is going to be half the distance, will definitely taken half the time to row. Is it or not? So that means half of this 7 is going to be what? 7 by 2, and that's going to be how much? It's going to be 3.5 hours. Is it or not? So that is going to be 3.5 hours. Let me write as decimals itself. So 3.5 hours it would have taken for the person to row from P to Q. Remember, this is again one way only. P to Q only, it is taking 3.5. But we have got another information that is given here. What is this stating? This is telling that for the person to travel from P to Q plus Q to P, it is taking a total time of 9 hours. So in this case, we can easily find the return way. I mean the return that way timing, that we can easily find it now. Is it or not? Why? Because P to Q we are able to tell that it is taking 3.5 hours and the total time is 9 hours. Now with this itself we can easily tell that return travel Q to P, that will take how much time duration? We can easily tell from here itself. So Q to P, it is going to be nothing but this total 9 minus this 3.5. So once we do it, we'll be getting 9 minus 3.5 to be. So 9 minus 3.5 will give you 5.5 hours. Is it or not? It's going to be simple. Now it is very clear that P to Q, it is taking 3.5 hours. Let me note it here. 3.5 hours for this way. Okay, P to Q. And for Q to P, this is taking 5.5 hours. And it should be noted that the distance between P to Q and Q to P is going to be the same. But why is the time factor is getting changed here? Why P to Q is 3.5 and Q to P is 5.5? Why it is? Because it is clearly known from the question itself that they are traveling in a straight river. Is it or not? So in that case, the speed of the stream will also be getting affected with the speed of the boat, and that is the reason you have a change in the time taken, right? Okay. Now, this is the reason we are asked to find what is the speed of the boat is to speed of the stream. We are asked to find the ratio of the speeds. Okay. So now this is what we finally want. And with this piece of information, let's try to find out how can we build the answer. Okay. Yes. Now from this data itself, it is very clearly visible that P to Q, the person is taking just 3.5 hours. Whereas Q to P, he is taking 5.5 hours. In this case itself, it is very clear that P to Q, that has to be up, it has to be downstream. Is it or not? Why? Because P to Q, it is just going to be 3.5 hours. It is taking only a shorter time. So in that case, P to Q, this P to Q has to be downstream. Okay, for downstream only, it is taking lesser time, and return Q to P, it is taking a longer time. I mean, this time duration is going to be comparatively longer than this 3.5. It is taking 5.5 hours. In that case, the Q to P, that return travel, it must be upstream. Okay, that also I'll mention here. Okay, upstream. Now, what we can clearly just conclude from here itself is that downstream time is to upstream time is what is equal to how much it is? It is going to be 3.5 is to 5.5. So let's try to simplify this ratio first, because this is in terms of decimals, right? So let's just clear it off from decimals. It's going to be simple. I can just multiply into 2 into 2, both these terms, right? If I try to do it, I'll be getting 3.5 into 2 will become 7, and this will become 5.5 into 2 will become 11. So that means the time taken ratio, it is equal to 7 is to 11. Which time taken ratio? Downstream time is to upstream time. This ratio is what is 7 is to 11. Now let's do a small trick here. What we will do is, we got the ratio of the time taken. Now with this, we'll try to take the ratio of the speeds, that is downstream speed is to upstream speed. This ratio will be what? This we will try to get it. It's going to be very easy and it's going to be very obvious also, right? Okay, once times ratio is 7:11 and for a fixed distance, the distance is fixed, right? Because it is going to be P to Q and Q to P. Distance is going to be the same, but time taken is what is varying. So time taken is going to be in the ratio 7:11. And what we can tell about speeds ratio? So it is very clear, speed ratio must be the inverse ratio of the times ratio. So that is, if this ratio is 7:11, then speed. Time ratio is 7:11, then speed ratio has to be the inverse ratio. That is, it will be nothing but 11:7. Simple, very simple, right? So now it is very clear that downstream speed is to upstream speed is what is equal to 11:7. Okay, so far we came up to this. But this is not what we are asked to find in the question. Be clear what we are asked to find in the question. We are asked to find boat speed is to stream speed. This is our question. But so far we got what is the speed of downstream is to speed of upstream is what we are getting it to be 11:7. But we know the clear relation between what is downstream speed and what is upstream speed. What are those two terms? What are those two values? Downstream speed is actually what? So I think I can take this space to just mention it. Okay, downstream speed is nothing but the sum of boat speed and stream speed. That's what is, right? So B plus S. So downstream speed is B plus S. And what about upstream speed? Upstream speed will be nothing but it is going to be upstream speed. Okay, I'm sorry. Upstream speed, it is going to be the difference. Okay, difference between those two, the same two values, that is boat speed minus stream speed. So it will be B minus S. So in that case, now we can clearly just substitute the values here. That is ds is to us. I mean downstream speed, upstream speed. I can replace it by these two terms. That is B plus S is to B minus S is equal to 11:7. This is what we are finally getting. Okay, so I've just changed these terms. I mean downstream speed and upstream speed. I've just changed it in terms of B and S. Why? Because this is what we want in the question. So in terms of those two values, those two terms, I'm just turning my expression, right? Okay, so B plus S is to B minus S is what we are getting it to be 11:7. I think from this condition, from this statement, this equation, we can easily get what is this ratio, right? Okay, so again, in order to not to complicate and get the answer, we'll simply try to finish this problem in terms of easy approach. Okay, yes, since we got B plus S is to B minus S is equal to 11:7, all we need is this ratio only, right? So B is to S is what we need. Simply just carefully observe, here we can use the property of the ratio property of componendo and dividendo, right? Okay, so once we try to use componendo and dividendo property, all we can get here is from B plus S is to B minus S is equal to 11:7. If we want to get B is to S, simply what we can do is we can apply it to the right hand side. I can just take the sum of the terms, that is 11 plus 7 is to difference of the terms, that is 11 minus 7. You can even check it whether it is going to verify. So it's an easy shortcut we can use here. Why? Because B plus S is to B minus S. If you take the sum of these two terms and difference of these two terms, you will end up with this ratio only. And the same thing is what we are doing here in the right hand side also. Sum of the terms, that is 11 plus 7 that I am putting here is to difference 11 minus 7 that I am putting here. So now we will be getting the answer as 11 plus 7 is 18 is to 11 minus 7 is going to be 4, is it or not? So 18:4 is going to be the answer. I think we can simplify this, right? So once we try to simplify it, we'll get the final answer as 2 times in 9 tables, and this is 2. So 9:2. This is going to be our final answer. So finally we got the ratios of the speeds of boat in still water. I mean this B stands for speed of the boat in still water. Okay, speed of the boat in still water is to speed of the stream. We got the ratio as 9:2, and where is our answer? Our answer is available at option D. Option D, 9:2 is going to be the answer for this question. Okay, yes, so it's an interesting question we have here, and I hope you are able to catch the approach what we used to solve the problem. Also, we didn't use any complicated steps. I just tried to present this problem in a simple way as possible. That's what I tried. And if you feel that you have any confusion or anything, you just try to post in the comment box, and when I see it, I try to rectify it in maybe in upcoming videos. And I hope you are able to understand the process and everything. If you feel like you're liking this session, please give a like, but like this video. And if you feel that this session is useful for any of your friends, please do share this video to your friends also. And again, we'll catch up with some other interesting question in our upcoming session. See you soon there. Thank you so much.